Welcome to MongoDB NoSQL database microlearning. First of all, we must know what are the different kind of databases available. First one, RDBMS, that is Relational Database Management System. Second, OLAP, Online Analytical Processing Database. And finally, NoSQL database. RDBMS, the database, it stores the data in the form of rows and columns. Online Analytical Processing Database, that is specially designed for fast processing online analyzing of data to support the business. No SQL database, that is used to store the any kind of data, that may be from Facebook or from Instagram and any other social platform. All the data we can store here. First, we must know what is NoSQL database. NoSQL database, as I told you, that it is a non-relational database, not SQL. It is used to store heterogeneous data. It is non-tabular databases store the different kind of data. So mainly it stores the data in the form of documents. Each document will have information in the form of key and value. Next, it provides the mechanism for storing and retrieval of data in an easy manner. It is not using any SQL, only the commands that is used to retrieve the information. So that is the major task. Is store the big data and any social application data you can capture and store here. Next, advantages of MongoDB database. Important, it is a schemaless. You don't want to follow any normal forms. So it holds the data in the form of documents and in collections. So each document may vary in size and fields from one another. There is no complex joins not required, whereas in SQL, this and all must. And also, it provides fast accessing of data in terms of providing internal memory where it stores the recently worked documents. First, we need to know the terminology we are using in normal database and MongoDB database. In RDBMS, we will call database as a database, whereas in MongoDB, we will call the same term database. Next, RDBMS stores the data in tables. We will call that a collection of rows will be in the table, that is called as tables. Next, in MongoDB, we are replacing the term tables as collections. The collections will hold number of documents. Next, in the RDBMS, it stores information in the form of records, that is rows and columns. But in the MongoDB, it stores the information in the form of documents. First, we must install the MongoDB in your system to work with the MongoDB. So we have to create a database. We have to do some operations on that. In order to install the MongoDB, we have to download the MongoDB software from the website mongodb.com, www.mongodb.com. Yeah, once you install, first it is having the two entity, one server, next one is client. You have to run the server in one tab and run the client in another tab, where you can work. So in order to run the server, we have to use the mongod command. So here you can see that C colon. So if you have installed MongoDB server /3.2/bin, where you need to run the command mongod -db path, and also where you have created a database d:/data/db. Next, client you have to run in another command prompt. So that is the command. See here, C colon program files MongoDB /server/3.2/bin. Here you give the command mongo and enter. That is. So now Mongo server is running in one command prompt and Mongo client is running in another command prompt. Here it will give the prompt. You can work. Now we will see that some terms that is used in MongoDB, or we can call it as a commands to see some available data. Command 1, show DBS. Show DBS means it lists out what are the databases currently created and available. So that will be displayed. Next, show collections. Here, collections we can call it as a tables in RDBMS. So here we are using the term collections. So collections means to list what are the collections created in the MongoDB. Next, what are the currently working user? If you want to see, use the command show users. Next, if you want to create a database, or if you want to switch to any database that you want to work currently, means you can use the command use, give the database name. Now it will give the command switch to database. Next, JSON. All the documents will be stored in the form of JSON notation. JSON nothing but JavaScript object notation. It is a lightweight data interchange format, easy to read and write by the human, easy to exchange, language dependent. That is very very important. It stores the data name value per. All the data will be in the form of listed values. The right side we can see that the document will contain the information inside the curly braces. Here there are three key values or name values are there. First name, the data is John. Next, last name, name is Matthews. Next, contact number. So the contact number, several numbers are there. That is stored in square brackets. So that is the beauty of the MongoDB that stores the data in document. Here, no, we can store the any kind of data. Here, array of data is stored in field contact number. Next, structure of MongoDB. Actually, CMLS, as I told you that no normal forms are required here. It can store the data in the form of documents. Each document in different sizes and different sizes. Here, see here, there are three documents are there. First one, document containing the three fields, each field having the value, name, John. Next field is age is 25. Next, hobby, that is storing the two hobbies in the form of array square bracket. A second document that is having the two fields only, here size varies. Third document having the only one field. That's the beauty of the MongoDB. The document may vary in size. Next, sample document that is stored in the MongoDB I am showing here. See here, the document stored inside the curly braces. First column is ID, object ID. Once you insert any document, the MongoDB will create a object ID for the document. Because later, if you want to retrieve, the object ID will support you to distinguish this document with other document. So other fields are title, description, by, URL, tags, likes, comments. Lot of fields are available. See, each field contains different kinds of data. If you see the tags, array of information is available. If you see the commands, it contains several documents inside that. That is, a MongoDB stores the document. The document contains heterogeneous data or any kind of data. That is. Now you can see what are the data types supported by MongoDB. It can support string, integer, boolean, double, min-max keys for specifying the lowest value and highest value. Array you can store timestamp to notify when the data stored. Null value also supported, date supported, object ID. We have seen that each document there is an object ID will be created by MongoDB when you insert the document. Next, code, you can store the JavaScript code in the document. Regular expression also possible. So that is the different kind of data types in MongoDB. Next, here we are going to work with the MongoDB to create a database, insert a data, and update a data, delete a document. Now see here, first if you want to create a database, already I told you that we can go for use command. Here I am going to create a Roy. I am going to create a I am going to create a raw database. So if I use command use raw means the database will be created and it will be now the system will switch to the database raw as a current database where you can create a collection and insert all the operations we can do. So that is the uh, database creation. Next, if you want to delete a database or drop a database, we can use the command db dot drop database. The current database will be deleted. See here, dropped. Name of the database is dropped is Roy. Then a number of database dropped is 1. So that is the here you know that how to create a database, how to delete a database. Next, we can go for the CRUD operation. What do you mean by CRUD operation? CRUD means create, read, update, delete operation that are not possible in MongoDB. Now, first I would like to create